Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Lessons for Life from Swami Jagdatmananji's inspiring bestseller Learn to Live, Volume 1, Chapter 2, Infinite Power Hidden Within You. Divine spark is hidden within all of us. Tremendous possibilities are latent or hidden in human mind. This is discussed in the present section. The fiery spirit lies asleep, or in other words, the dormant or latent divine spark that is within every one of us. Now let us listen to Swami Jagdatmananji's discussion. The fiery spirit lies asleep, or the dormant or latent divine spark. It has been established fairly conclusively by means of experiments and explorations and by study of evidence that the concept of the presence of extrasensory powers in the mind is not just a figment of imagination or a matter of superstition. They may express themselves belatedly in some people, in some who never make an attempt to realize them. They may not be experienced at all, but there should be no doubt about their existence. Here is a brief introduction to the variety of these powers. 1. Telepathy. The power to establish contact by sending thought signals to the mind of another person who is at a distance. Number 2. Out-of-body experience. The experience of moving out of the physical body through the subtle body and clairvoyance. The ability to describe events taking place even hundreds of miles away, as if the individual were actually witnessing them, though one is not physically present there. Number 3. Extrasensory perception, ESP. The power to detect by extrasensory perception disorders in the body which even the X-ray equipment cannot do. The power to see and interpret the color schemes in the aura emanating from the body. Point number 4. The power to describe the features and qualities of a person in his absence just by touching the object used by him. Point number 5. The power to recall one's own past lives and the past lives of others. Experts in this field say that it is possible to awaken memories which are normally forgotten by people. Memories of childhood, of infancy, of being a fetus, of lives even prior to birth on this earth. With the procedure called age regression, the person in the hypnotic state can describe graphically experiences which are normally never remembered, experiences which occurred in the remote past. Another person who can harmonize with his mental response can also perceive the same experience. Research done in this field by 4 eminent internationally famous psychiatrists is extremely exciting and open a window to the interior world of the human mind. Alexander Cannon and Dennis Kelsey are from England. Varvara Ivanova is a Russian lady. Helen Wambach is an American lady psychiatrist. Point number 6. The power to heal ailments by means of thought alone. 7. The power to move objects in the outside world using the power of the mind. 8. The power to control the involuntary actions in the body, stopping the beating of the heart, increasing or decreasing pulse rate, etc. 9. The power to cause an image to fall on the photographic lens only by activating the mind. Some powers that are attained by the practice of yoga are: Samyama in yoga is a state of mind in which it attains deep concentration and identifies itself with the internal impression of the object, leaving the external. And this state it attains in a moment. What powers can be acquired by a mind which has attained the state of Samyama is described in the 3rd chapter of Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. To cite only a few instances. A. If a man in that state wants to know the past and the future, he has to make a samyama on the changes in the samskaras or impressions or tendencies. Some are working at present, some have already worked out, and some are waiting to work. By concentrating on these, he knows the past and the future. B. By making samyama on the signs in another's body, the yogin knows the nature of the mind of that person. C. By making samyama on the form of the body, the yogin becomes invisible. D. By making samyama on his own karma, he knows exactly when his body will fall, even at what hour and what minute. E. By making samyama on friendship, mercy, etc., the yogin excels in those respective qualities. F. By making samyama on the effulgent light, the yogin sees things which are very remote, things which are obstructed by mountain barriers, and things which are very fine. G. Samyama on the sun, he gets the knowledge of the world. H. On the navel circle, the knowledge of the constitution of the body. I. On the hollow of the throat, cessation of hunger. On the heart, knowledge of minds. K. By making samyama on akasha or ether and its relation to the instrument of hearing, the ear, the yogin gets supernormal hearing. Anything spoken or sounded miles away he can hear. I. L. By making samyama on ether and its relation to the body, because it is akasha or ether that is the material of this body, the yogin acquires lightness and can go anywhere through the air. The list is by no means exhaustive. Only a few examples have been cited. Those interested in the subject may read Raja Yoga, where it is discussed in detail. The yogin also acquires such powers as to become very minute, to become very big, to become lighter than air, to act with the senses of all beings, to be able to enjoy anything he desires, to control himself and others, that is, to be free from the desire for sensuous enjoyment, and to find any pleasure that is wished for. All these powers come to the yogin by the way, but he is not to be deflected from his spiritual aim. What is there behind these powers, behind this aura? When you read the following pages, you will realize that it is nothing but divine light and divine power. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.